The first photo in the Color Nature section is called U-Turn and it scored 10, which is silver for a 5-star worker. The blade of grass leading in from the bottom left gives a strong lead-in line and the composition is strong. The focus is excellent. It might have had more impact if the worm was just on a single blade of grass, as the second one is blocking the flow in the photo. A bit more contrast and saturation will give the photo more impact. Die Aarde scored 9, which is bronze for a 5-star worker. There are nice lines in the photo and the composition with the different layers and the 3 trees is good. The photo is not sharp from the front to the back and does not have much impact. Looking at the water, the photo slopes to the right. Catch of the Day scored 11. It's gold for a 5-star worker. Well done, Karen Crook. The focus is good and there's a light in the roller's eye, and I like that it has an insect in its mouth. The light is a little bit flat and the background is noisy. Try a portrait crop as the branch does not add much to the photo. Collared Sunbird scored 11. It's gold for a 3-star worker. Well done, Dix Miller. The branch that the sunbird sits on gives a good lead-in line and the bird is big in the format. The eye is pin sharp, but the focus on the beak and the tail is soft, as the depth of field was very shallow. The colors are beautiful. Strandlopertjie scored 9. It's gold for a 3-star worker. Well done, Michelle Hamilton. It is a beautiful photo of the piper, but the composition can be much stronger. The bird is in the middle of the photo. Place it more to a third on the left and allow space for it to move into. The square crop is not the best option here, as it allows for too much dead space on top and at the bottom. Rather make use of a panoramic crop so that a part of the reflection is included and most of the water not. The line where the water stops is right in the middle of the photo, and that should rather be on a third. The whites on the bird is also a bit washed out. Jakkalsvoël scored 13. It is a COM for a 5-star worker. Well done, Himan Meyer. This is an excellent photo with a lot of impact. The bird is big in the format and the focus is perfect. I like the diagonal line in the photo and that you included a patch of the land where it took off from. A bit more contrast will make the photo stronger. Squacko Heron with an edge scored 10. It's silver for a 5-star worker. The heron is big in the format and the color saturation is good. There's nice detail in the feathers. Unfortunately, the photo is very busy and some of the whites are burnt out. More Than a Mouthful scored 11. It's gold for a 5-star worker. Well done, Renata Ewald. The photo has a lot of impact and the focus and light has been handled well. The hyena is placed very central on the horizontal line. Crop a bit off at the left so that the hyena is on a third but still have space to move into. Leo met Son Op scored 11. It's gold for a 5-star worker. Well done, Karine Dubois. This is a beautiful photo of the lion. I like the pose and the eye-level stare of the lion. The background is nicely out of focus and although it seems that the lion is in the shade, there are beautiful light in its eyes. Yellow Insect scored 11. It's gold for a 5-star worker. Well done, Heather Aspling. The focus is quite good and a lot of detail was captured and the saturation is beautiful. The photo was unfortunately taken straight from above, which brings the impact down. A different angle might make the photo stronger. Cormorant scored 12. It's gold for a 5-star worker. Well done, Audrey de Beer. The light has been handled well and I like the pose of the cormorant. The focus is good, just watch out for the dark smudges around the bird. Lift Off scored 11. It's gold for a 5-star worker. Well done, Charles de Beer. The photo has impact with the action that was captured. The bird was just placed on an uncomfortable place in the photo with more space to the back than to the front. Although the photographer wanted to include the splash of water to the left, the photo would have been stronger without it, as it is out of focus and there's enough splashing water in the photo to indicate action. Because the cormorant is so big in the format, It might make the photo stronger if the whole reflection was also included in the photo. Lines in Love, scored 12. It's gold for a 5-star worker. Well done, Johan Meiberg. This is a nice story that was captured, and the light has been handled very well with good backlight or rim lighting, and the exposure is excellent. It is just a pity that the lioness is not looking up. Maybe you have another one where she is looking up. The lions are also placed very central in the photo. Soete Sappies, scored 10. It is silver for a 5-star worker. The light has been handled well and there's good detail in the feathers. A crop showing more of the bird might work better. Kissy Kissy, scored 10. It's silver for a 5-star worker. It is a really cute photo, capturing the interaction between the two baboons. The light and focus is excellent. The fact that the baboon to the right's tail was amputated brought the photo down. Beyevreter met vangs, scored 11. It's gold for a 5-star worker. Well done, Jacobus Oukamp. The focus and saturation is good, and there's a strong leading line in the photo. The bird is big in the format, and the composition is good. The broken branch to the right is a bit distracting. Water Lily, scored 11. It's gold for a 5-star worker. Well done, Jolene Beneke. I like the composition and the color saturation is good. The yellow in the lily makes it look like it's glowing and you captured it well. Some areas are a little bit light. WS2, scored 10. It's silver for a 5-star worker. It is a striking photo with the roller in a dive action and the bird is big in the format. Unfortunately, the focus is not 100%. Cattle Egret, scored 10. It's silver for a 5-star worker. Good action was captured and the composition is good. The eye is perfectly in focus and there's even a highlight in the eye. Some of the bright areas are just a bit too bright. Pelican, scored 12. It's gold for a 3-star worker. Well done, Dix Miller. This is an impactful photo with good lighting and saturation. There's a lot of detail and textures. The fluffy feathers on its neck is just a bit soft. Protecting the Young, scored 11. It's gold for a 3-star worker. Well done, Michelle Hamilton. It is a nice story that was captured and the focus and light is good. To make the photo stronger, crop out most of the surrounds, the foreground and the space to the right of the ellies so that the focus is purely on the animals. You can even crop some of the adult ellies out to place more focus on the babies. Giant Kingfisher, scored 11. It's gold for a 5-star worker. Well done, Karen Crook. The focus and the light is good and good action was captured. A portrait crop cutting away most of the stump on the left will make the photo stronger. Swallows Mating, scored 12. It's gold for a 5-star worker. Well done, Himan Meyer. Good action was captured and the light and saturation was handled well and the background is completely out of focus. The focus is good except for the beak of the bottom bird that is a bit soft. A bit of a tighter crop might also enhance the photo. A Glassy Stare, scored 12. It's gold for a 5-star worker. Well done, Margaret Finn. The lion's face is nice and big in the format and the focus is excellent. His eyes are perfectly in focus and there's a nice highlight in them. Although the background is also in focus, it doesn't bother much as it is quite dark. Burnt to the Ground, scored 10. It is silver for a 5-star worker. This is quite an interesting story that was captured here. The colourful steenbok stands out well against the dark burnt area. The size of the steenbok is just not working here. You could have either zoomed out more to show the mass of the destruction so that the steenbok is only on a third in the photo, or you should have cropped tighter, making the buck more prominent in the photo. The focus is not 100% and vignetting is not allowed in nature anymore. White Bengal Tiger, scored 10. It is silver for a 5-star worker. It is a beautiful photo of the white Bengal tiger with its tongue out. The background is just too busy. A tighter crop, only including the tiger's face, would make the photo stronger. Lion Cub scored 13. It is a COM for a 5-star worker. Well done, Charles the Bear. It is an impactful, beautiful photo with excellent focus on the cub's eyes. I like that the face is big in the format and that is growling at the viewer. Well done, Charles. Iris Style Arm scored 10. It is silver for a 5-star worker. The stem gives a good lead-in line, and I like the light and color saturation that has been handled well. As presented, the crop is a bit tight, making this more of a macro than a close-up photo, and in macro you want for everything to be in focus. Use a higher f-stop number to help you with that, and maybe change your angle so that you can have the purple triangle in the middle to make the photo stronger. You can also remove the green stem at the back before you take the photo, as it is distracting. Lion scored 10. It is silver for a 5-star worker. Most of the lion is nicely in focus and there's a highlight in the eye and the composition is good. Unfortunately, the light is flat. 45810 scored 11. It's gold for a 5-star worker. Well done, Wouter Serfontein. This photo has a lot of impact. The focus is mostly good and the light is perfect. The background is a bit busy and you can crop some of the road in the front off to give the photo more impact. This photo, called Lion Cub by Charles the Bear, scored 13 and it was chosen as the best in section for Color Nature. Well done, Charles the Bear.